It's good to see some smiling faces for that. Maybe I'll see some of you on Monday. Wonderful. All right, so we have chill yoga on the docket here. So we're going to start in child's pose. Yes. So feel free to leave your video feed on. You are welcome to turn your video feed off if you would like to. That is completely up to you. Whatever makes you more comfortable. And then as we reset our bodies here to get started in our child's pose, make sure your big toes come together. Allow your knees to separate at any distance that's comfortable for you. So you can have your thighs all the way together if that feels best. If you prefer to take your knees out to the width of your yoga mat, you can take those knees out nice and wide. Allow your belly either to fall onto your thighs here, or if those knees are wide, you can let your chest fall in between your thighs. And then allow your forehead to gently rest on your mat. If you need to place a blanket or a pillow underneath that forehead for a little bit more comfort, you are welcome to do so. Allow those arms to either reach towards the top edge of your mat or to the outside of your thighs. And then allow yourself to come into your breath. As we inhale, think about expanding the front, back, and sides of the rib cage. As we exhale, take that opportunity to release and to let go. Front, back, and sides of rib cage expand to inhale. Exhaling to release and to let go. We'll take several more breaths just like this. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, please feel free to bring that intention to mind right here. And sending that intention out to the universe. Four more big breaths. Three more. Two more. One more full breath in. And a full breath out. Taking a moment to come up into a tabletop position here. Adjusting those knees to be directly under those hips. And allowing shoulders to stack on top of wrists here. Spread your fingers really wide. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Stay here for your inhale. Exhale, hips to heels, child's pose. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale to settle. Inhale here. Exhale, child's pose. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale to settle. One more time through, everybody. Inhale here. Exhaling, child's pose. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, tabletop. And exhale to settle. Moving through cat-cow here now. Inhale, drop the belly. Lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Exhaling to push the mat away. Inhale, the belly drops, the gaze lifts, the tailbone lifts. Exhaling to push the mat away. One more time, inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhaling to push the mat away. Neutral tabletop here. Extend your right leg straight behind you. Use your glute to lift that leg. Flex that foot. Make sure those shoulders are stacked over those wrists, everybody here. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Stay for another inhale. And then as we exhale, we're gonna place that right foot to the outside of that left foot. So it's a little cross behind the body here to come into a bit of an IT band hip stretch. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale to square off your hips, come back to center. And then exhale back to tabletop, dropping that right knee down. Inhale that left leg straight behind you. Use your glutes, square those hips as much as you can. Find an exhale. Take another inhale here. And then as we exhale, we'll place that left foot to the outside of that right foot, coming into our hip and IT band stretch here. Beautiful, good. Take a breath in. And a breath out. And then we'll inhale back to center here, square your hips. Exhale, left knee comes down, tabletop. We'll do one more cat-cow here together. Inhale to drop your belly, lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. And then exhale to push the mat away. Coming back to our neutral tabletop here. Set your knees about 5 inches behind your hips and then restack your shoulders. So we're in a long table. Spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes under, take a full giant inhale. And then we'll exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Pedal out those feet as much as you'd like to, my friends. We'll take 3 breaths here. One more breath. And then we'll send those hips a little bit higher here. Take your baby steps of feet towards hands. Finding a forward fold here at the top of the mat. Little bend in those knees if you need to get started. Then we'll bring our hands to our shins. Inhale, come on up halfway. Exhaling to fold down. Twice more, hands to shins, come up halfway. Exhaling to fold. One more time, hands to shins. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold down. Root down to rise up. Press firmly through those feet. Torso comes all the way up. Palms press together overhead. Gaze up at your thumbs. Inhale. And then we'll exhale. Hands coming to heart center. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Good. So make sure that your feet are hip distance apart here. We're going to inhale those palms together overhead. Exhale, take a gentle side bend to the right. So you don't have to go too far for this first one here. Just take notice of how it feels. Make sure you press through both feet here. We'll inhale back to center. You can gaze up if you'd like. Exhale, side bend to the left. Again, you don't have to go too far. Just see how it feels. And then we'll inhale back to center. You can gaze up at your thumbs if you'd like. Exhale to a stabilizing squat. So the torso comes parallel to the floor. Hips go back a little bit, like a modified chair pose. Biceps frame the ears, and you can gaze down. Take a big breath in. And a full breath out. And then we'll inhale to stand all the way up. Press those feet into the floor. Exhale to fold forward over those legs. Hands come to shins. Inhale, halfway up. As we exhale, we'll plant those hands, take it back to downward facing dog. Full breath in here. Full breath out. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, everybody. Take a big breath in. And a full breath out. Let's inhale that right leg towards the ceiling here. Those hips are nice and square. Use your glute and flex that right foot. Check out how it feels to have those hips square. Press through both hands, and then find another inhale. Exhale to step that right foot forward here. Drop your back knee down. You can come up onto your fingertips to get yourself set up if you'd like. And then take your time coming up to our first low leg lunge on this side. Good. So that right knee stacks on top of that right ankle. Your right toes point forward. Shoulders are over hips. That torso is as square as we can get it. Fingertips reach up. Full breath in. Full breath out. Stay here for another inhale. And then we'll exhale that left hand down, right fingers to the sky, gentle twist here. Maybe gaze up at that right thumb. Big inhale. Full exhale. One more breath in. Exhaling to frame that front foot. Lift your back knee off the mat and then step back to downward facing dog. Pedal out those feet. We'll take 3 breaths. One more breath here. And then we'll inhale that left leg towards the ceiling. Check your alignment. Press through both hands here. Square hips, flex your left foot. And then you'll find another inhale when you're ready. And we'll exhale to step that left foot forward here. Drop that back knee down. You can come up onto your fingertips to get yourself set up. And then find our full low leg lunge on this side. Beautiful. Good. So that left knee stacks on that left ankle. Shoulders over hips. Try to square those hips as much as we can. Nice little hip opener to get started today. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath in. As we exhale, that right hand comes down, left fingers to the sky, gentle twist here. Feel free to gaze up at that left thumb if you'd like to. Full inhale here. And then as we exhale, we'll frame that front foot. Lift your back knee off the mat and step back to downward facing dog. 3 big breaths here. One more breath. And then send those hips a little bit higher. Take our baby steps towards the top of the mat. Finding a forward fold once we get here. A little bend in those knees if you'd like, or you can start to straighten them. That's up to you. 3 times here. Bring hands to shins. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Let's do it again. Hands to shins. Come on up halfway. Inhale. Exhale to fold. One more time. Hands to shins. Lift up halfway. Exhaling to fold down. Root down firmly through both feet to bring that torso all the way up to standing. Palms pressed together overhead. Gaze up at your thumbs. Exhaling, drawing hands to heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. Good, we're gonna keep those feet to hip distance apart here. We'll do our side bends again, everybody. Inhale, those arms up overhead. Press your palms together. Exhale, side bend to the right. Take it a little further than we did for our first round. Full inhale here. Full exhale. Inhale, center, gaze up if you'd like. And then we'll exhale to the left. Big breath in. And a breath out. Inhale, center, gaze up if you'd like. And then we'll do our stabilizing squat one more time. Modified chair pose. Right hips come back a bit, but the torso is parallel to the floor. Biceps frame the ears. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhale to stand all the way up. And then we'll exhale to fold forward over those legs. Hands coming to shins, lift up halfway. Inhale. And then as we exhale, plant those hands firmly, step back to downward facing dog. Pedal it out, everybody. Check out how it feels. Take an inhale. And an exhale. 2 more breaths, and then we'll move a little tiny bit faster. 1 more breath. Inhale your right leg towards the ceiling, square your hips. Exhaling to step it forward. Let's keep that back knee lifted this time, everybody. Fingertips to get yourself set up here. And then our full-size crescent lunge on this side. Beautiful. Good. So stack your knee. Stack shoulders over hips. Square those hips and sink into those legs. Inhale. And exhale. Take another breath in. As we exhale, we're going to frame that front foot. We'll step it back to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhaling our left leg towards the ceiling here, square hips. Exhaling to step it forward, back knee stays lifted, check your alignment. Torso comes all the way up when you're ready. Take your time. Stack that knee, stack your shoulders, sink into those legs. Super strong here, everybody. Full breath in and a breath out. Take another inhale. Exhaling to frame that front foot, take it back to downward facing dog. Let's take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale that right leg towards the ceiling again. Exhale to step it forward. Fingertips to get your alignment if you need to. Torso comes up. Let's add on a little bit to this here. Super strong in those legs, everyone. Big breath in. Full breath out. We're going to interlace those hands behind the lower back here. Press your thumbs into your sacrum. Good, and then roll your shoulders back. Shine your chest towards the sky. Take an inhale. And then as we exhale, torso is going to come over that front thigh here. You can keep your hands attached to your lower back or start to pull away. That is up to you here. Take a full inhale. And a full exhale. One more breath in, everybody. Exhale to frame your front foot. Torso is still down here. And then once you plant those hands firmly, you can step back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. And a breath out. Inhale your left leg towards the ceiling. Exhale to step it forward here. Coming up when you're ready, take your time. Legs are super strong here in this crescent lunge. Stack shoulders over hips. Beautiful. Full breath in. Big breath out. We're going to interlace those hands behind the lower back again. Press your thumbs into your sacrum. Again, shoulders roll back, chest comes up. Maybe gaze up first, inhaling. And then as we exhale, torso comes over that front thigh. Again, you can keep your hands on your lower back if you want or start to work them away. That's up to you. Stay strong in those legs, everybody. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. Unhook your hands on your exhale. Plant those hands firmly on that mat and then take it back to downward facing dog. Shake it out. Check it out. See how everything feels. Take a big breath in. And a breath out. Let's send those hips a little higher. Take our baby steps towards the top of the mat here. Let's bring those feet all the way together. Hands come to shins one time here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhaling to fold down. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Palms pressed together overhead. You can gaze up if you'd like. And then we'll exhale, hands to heart center. Mountain pose, Tadasana. So those feet are all the way together, everybody. We're going to do our side bends one more time. So inhale, those palms pressed together overhead. Exhale to the right. You can take it a little further. Inhale here. And exhale. Engage those inner thighs, everybody. Inhale, come back to center. You can gaze up. Exhale, take it to the left. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, center, you can gaze up. So we exhale, this time we're coming into a full chair pose, hips back and down. So our feet are already together. Squeeze those inner thighs together, biceps frame the ears here. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhale to stand all the way up, palms pressed together, gaze up. And then we'll exhale to fold over those thighs. Good, we'll separate our feet to hip distance apart, all 10 toes point forward. And then you can grab opposite elbows if you'd like, or wrap those peace fingers around your big toes. Good. When I have my toes, I like to press my big toe into my fingers and push my fingers into my toes to get a little bit further in this forward fold. Micro bend in those knees. It's going to help those joints. We'll take 3 breaths. Head hangs heavy. And then unhook those hands. Bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, come on out halfway. As we exhale, we'll plant those hands firmly and take it back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Check it out. Good, when you're ready, we'll inhale that right leg towards the ceiling, square hips. Exhale to step it forward. Crescent lunge here when you're ready. We've been here, so check your alignment first before you bring that torso up. Super strong in those legs, everybody. Beautiful job, well done. Shoulders over hips. Full breath in. Big breath out. Good, we're gonna build on what we did before. So let's interlace those hands behind the lower back here. Roll your shoulders back, chest up, inhale. Exhale, torso over that front thigh. We've been here before too. Try to square off your hips. So think about sending your outer right butt cheek towards the wall behind you. That's gonna help square your hips off. Hands can stay at your lower back or you can peel them away. Take a breath in and a breath out. Place those hands back on that lower back, everybody. We're gonna bring our torso back up here. Press through those legs here, arms come up, crescent lunge, reverse it. Yes, good. And then we'll inhale those hands to heart center. And then we'll exhale, left tricep to the outside of the right thigh, take a twist. Press those palms together firmly. Inhales. And exhales. Stay strong in those legs. One more breath, everybody. We'll square off on our exhale here, frame that front foot, and then we'll step back to downward facing dog. Check out those hips. Big inhale. Full exhale. Inhaling our left leg towards the ceiling here, square hips. Exhale to step it forward. Take your time getting there. Set your alignment up. Torso comes up when you're ready. Shoulders over hips. Strong legs. We're gonna interlace those hands behind the lower back here. Thumbs press into the sacrum, roll your shoulders back, roll your chest up, inhale. Exhale, torso over that front thigh. Big breath in. Full breath out. If your hands are pulled away from your body here, place those hands back on your lower back here. Stay strong in those legs. We're gonna reverse it so that torso comes back up again. Arms reach up towards the sky. Inhale and settle. Exhale. Inhaling, hands to heart center, press those palms together firmly. And then we'll exhale, right tricep to the outside of that left thigh. Take your twist. Press those hands together firmly, everybody. One more inhale. And then we'll square off to center. Plant those hands firmly, step back to downward facing dog. Let's take a breath in. And a breath out. Inhaling, knees down to the mat, bring your big toes together. Exhale, hips to heels, child's pose. Let's take 5 breaths. One more breath, everybody. Inhale. And exhale. Making our way back to our tabletop position here. If you'd like to work through a round of cat-cow, you're welcome to here. Take your time. We want to set our knees to be hip distance apart here. And then when you're ready, you'll tuck your toes under. Take a breath in. Exhaling, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Take your time getting here. Root down firmly through both palms, everybody. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Big inhales. And exhales. Let's inhale that right leg towards the ceiling here. Bend that right knee and open up that hip. Ooh, that was a little hip hop there. Stack your right hip on top of your left. Pelvis is open to the right. And then we want to square off those shoulders. That's the hardest part of this. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhaling to square off to center here. Exhaling to step it forward. Come up onto those fingertips here, everybody. And then we're going to pivot that back heel down, coming up into warrior two right from here. Beautiful. Nice, good. So that right knee is stacked on top of that right ankle. Those right toes are still pointing forward. We want to press through that left leg too here. Full breath in. And a breath out. As we inhale here, we're going to straighten that right knee, press those palms together overhead. You can gaze up here. That's going to test your balance a little bit. And then exhale back to warrior two. Twice more, just like that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Pause right here, everybody. Take another breath in. And another breath out. And then we're going to straighten that right leg again. Turn all 10 toes towards the left side of the mat here. So we've got our toes in, our heels out. Coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Round one. Good. So let's put hands on hips for the first one here. We'll take the shoulders back, chest up, gaze up. We've done that part before. Inhale. Exhale to come halfway down and check your alignment. Hip, knee, and ankle should all be stacked here. And then you can bring your hands to the floor. You can stay right here if you'd like to. If you would like to come down to forearms, you're welcome to do that. And if you'd like to grab onto those big toes or those ankles here, you can go for that. We'll take 3 breaths. Keep those joints stacked. One more breath here. So let's place those hands back underneath that face. Come up to halfway. So we have a flat back here. Inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to frame that left foot, pivot those hips around to square off, and then we'll step back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. And a full breath out. Inhaling that left leg towards the ceiling, bend that left knee and open up that hip. So stacking left hip on top of right, pelvis is open to the left. Reset to square off those shoulders here. Big breath in. Full breath out. Then we'll inhale to square off those hips, extend that leg behind you. Exhale to step that left foot forward here. Pop up onto those fingertips, and then we'll pivot that right heel down, allowing ourselves to come up from here right into warrior two. Good, so those left toes point forward. Press firmly through that back right leg as well. And then we'll move here with breath, everybody. As we inhale, we'll straighten that left knee, palms pressed together, maybe gaze up. Exhale back to warrior two. Twice more, inhale, reach up. Exhaling, warrior two. One more time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two, settle here, pause. Take a breath in. And a breath out. And then we'll straighten that left knee, point all 10 toes towards the right side of the mat here. I'm going to turn around so I can see you guys. Wide-legged forward fold, round two. So toes in slightly, heels out. We have a few options here for where to take those hands this time. You can do what we did before, hands on hips, or if you'd like to, you can interlace those hands behind the lower back, right? We did that earlier as well. So press firmly through the outer blades of both feet here. If your hands are at your lower back, make sure you keep your thumbs attached here before we fold. Shoulders back, chest up, inhale. Exhale, coming halfway down, check your alignment, hip, knee, and ankle all in a line. And then if your hands are on your hips, you can drop your hands to the floor. If your hands are on your lower back, you can start to peel away to get the shoulder opener if you would like to. Head hangs heavy no matter what. 3 breaths. Good, if the hands are interlaced, bring them back to your lower back first and then unlace them. Everybody's hands come under the face, lift up halfway. Find your flat back and find an inhale. And then as we exhale, we're gonna pivot to frame that left foot, square off your hips here, plant those hands firmly, and then step back to downward facing dog. Full breaths in. Full breath out. Let's send those hips up a little bit higher. You can take your baby steps or one giant step to the top of the mat. Forward fold once you get there. Hands come to shins, inhale, lift up halfway. Exhaling to fold down. Root down to rise up. Palms pressed together overhead. Once you come all the way up, gaze up at those thumbs, inhale. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Good, let's do a little bit of balance work today. You might want to come to the center of your mat here, especially if you have a dresser in front of you. You need a little bit of space, all right? So we're going to root down firmly through that left foot, bringing that right knee up to 90. So we're 90 at the hip, knee, and the ankle here. And then we're going to extend that right leg straight out front. Point your right toes up towards the sky. The hardest part is to keep that torso up nice and tall. We don't want to lean back. So stay nice and tall. Really use that hip flexor here, everybody. Big inhale. Full exhale. One more breath in. Exhale back to 90. And then we're going to cross over that left thigh. So the right ankle's on top of the left thigh. Press thigh into ankle, ankle into thigh. You can stay here if this is a good balance work for you, good hip opener. If you'd like to, you can start to bend into that left knee, coming into the figure 4 stretch here. Continue to send that right knee out to the right here. And then you can stay here with your hands on hips, or you can bring those arms up into either the chair pose or the stabilizing squat posture. We did both of those earlier. Inhales. And exhales. Stay here for one more round of breath, everybody. Inhale. And exhale. Hands come back to hips. Inhale here, knee comes to 90. And then as we exhale, place that foot down. Good. Shake it out. We'll take it to the other side here. So root down firmly through that right foot. Left knee comes to 90 first. Hands are going to stay on hips. We want those hips as nice and level here. Torso super tall. And we're going to kick that left leg forward. Use that hip flexor. Lots of quad work right here, everybody. Left toes up towards the sky. Leg as straight as you can get it. Torso tall, tall, tall. Inhales. And exhale. One more breath in. And then take it back to 90, crossing left ankle on top of right thigh. Good, you can stay here, check it out. Press thigh into ankle, ankle into thigh. Or you can come into our figure 4 chair. Think about sending that right knee, that left knee out to the left to get a little bit more of a hip opener. And then you can keep hands on hips. You can find chair pose or stabilizing squat posture. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. And exhale. And then we'll inhale to stand all the way back up, hands to hips, knee to 90. And then exhale, place that foot down. Beautiful. Shake it out, everybody. We'll make our way back to the top of our mat here. And then we'll inhale to press those palms up. Exhale to fold forward over those legs. Hands come to shins. Inhale, come up halfway. And then as we exhale, plant those hands firmly. Take it back to downward facing dog. Full breath in, shake it out. Full breath out. Inhale our right leg towards the ceiling here. Exhale it to the outside of that right hand. Drop that back knee down, coming into lizard lunge today. So we're on those hands here. We're gonna stay on our hands today, okay? So your back knee is down. Try to square off your hips. You don't want that left hip to drop down, so try to square off here. Hug your right inner thigh in. Your back toes can be untucked or tucked under, that's up to you. And then as an additional option here, if you would like to, you can take your right toes out to 1 or 2 o'clock and press that right knee away. Up to you, plenty of places to go right here. We are also doing pigeon pose today, so plenty of hip openers on a Friday. Full breath in. And a breath out. Take another inhale. And another exhale. If you have your toes turned out to the side, bring them back to point forward. Hug that knee in, and then we're gonna come from here right into pigeon. So our back knee's already down. You're gonna walk your right foot over to the left. You're gonna bring your right shin down onto the mat here. Good. So our right knee is wider than our right hip here. Try to get your pelvis as square as you can. And then you are welcome to stay exactly here if you'd like to. You can also fold forward if you'd like to, that's up to you. We're gonna take 5 breaths here today. One more breath, everybody. Inhale. And exhale. Bring that torso back up here. Root down firmly through both hands here. Back toes tuck under, lift your back knee off the mat, and then step back to downward facing dog. Big inhale. Big exhale. Inhale your left leg towards the ceiling here, square hips. Exhale, step it forward to the outside of your left hand. Drop your back knee down. We're gonna stay on our palms here. Lizard lunge first. So check out your hips. You don't wanna dip down onto that right side here. So try to square your hips as much as you can. Back toes can be tucked under or untucked, that's up to you. And then you can keep this left foot facing forward if you'd like, or you can point your left toes out slightly, coming into more of a hip opener on that side. That's up to you, whichever feels better here. Let's take 3 big breaths. If those toes are pointed out, draw those toes back to point forward, hug this knee in first, and then we're gonna start to walk our left foot over to the right. Bring that left shin down here, coming into pigeon pose on this side. Good. So our left knee is wider than our left hip, remember? Back toes can be tucked under like mine are, or you can untuck just like that. Try to square off your pelvis as much as you can. If you need to place something under this left butt cheek, you can. And then you can stay upright here if you'd like to, or you can fold forward. See how this side feels? It might be different than the other side, that's okay. And we'll take 5 breaths. One more breath. Good, bring that torso back up. Root down firmly through both hands here. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee, and then step it back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhaling the knees down to the mat. Exhale, hips to heels, child's pose. If you would like to stay in child's pose, you can. If you want to try rabbit pose, you'll draw your thighs together. Your hips will stay up a little bit higher. You'll bring the crown of your head down onto the mat. And then those hands will reach back for those heels. Couple of options here. Let's take one more breath wherever you are. And then we'll draw those hands under those shoulders, press that torso up here. And then we're just gonna rock over to one side, kick those legs out front. We have made it onto our butts here. Yes, everybody. Good. So both legs are out front, all 10 toes up towards the sky. Root down firmly through both butt cheeks here. We'll do one forward fold here today. Inhale, reach up, palms press. Exhale, fold forward. 3 breaths. We'll carefully bring that torso all the way back up. You can shake those legs out a bit if you'd like. We're going to draw the bottoms of the feet together, knees out to the side for butterfly pose here. So you can bring your heels and your pelvis as close together as you'd like. If you'd like some space, front to back, you can take that. Your knees can rest on the ground or not. If they're elevated, that's okay too. And then I like to press the outer edges of my feet together and start to peel the inner edges of my feet away. Just as a little assist here to open up the arches of those feet. Taking 2 more breaths right here. 1 more breath. And then option to fold forward if you'd like to. You don't have to. Try to keep your butt on the mat here. 3 breaths. And then we'll bring that torso all the way back up. Close those knees together like you close a book. And then we'll bring ourselves all the way down onto our backs, hugging our knees into our chest. You can rock side to side here if you'd like to. And then we'll place both feet firmly on the floor here. Taking our right ankle on top of our left thigh, we'll find that figure 4 shape again that we've done before. And then arms can take up as much space as you'd like. Take a big inhale. Exhaling those legs to the left, the bottom of the right foot finds the floor on the left side. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more round of breath here. And then let's inhale ourselves back to center. We're going to keep this figure 4 right here. We're going to exhale those knees to the right so the right foot stays hooked on the left knee. One more round of breath. And then we'll inhale back to center, unhook that right foot. You can rock your knees side to side gently if you'd like to here. And then we'll take it to the other side. So left ankle on top of the right thigh, big figure 4 shape with those legs. Arms take up as much space as you'd like. Inhale. Exhale, let those knees fall to the right first. Bottom of the left foot finds the floor on the right side. Full breath in. Breath out. One more round of breath, everybody. Inhales. And exhales. Inhale back to center. Keep your figure 4 here. As we exhale, legs go to the left so that left foot stays hooked on that right knee. Big breath in. Full breath out. One more round of breath here. And then let's inhale back to center here. Unhook that left foot. You can rock your knees side to side gently here. And then let's find happy baby. Everybody draw those knees in towards your chest. Reach your hands in between those knees to find the arches, ankles, or toes. You can rock side to side here. Finding 3 happy baby breaths. And then we'll draw those knees back into center. And then we have plenty of time here to take any other postures you would like to take for today's practice. So you can extend your legs straight up if you'd like. If you want to make your way over to the wall, you can take legs up the wall. You can take a twist to each side if you'd like to again. Let's take our time here finding those postures that you need for your practice today. Regardless of where you go, let's find that breath, everybody. If you've taken a twist to one side, make sure you take it to the other side and find that breath again. And then take your time here to find your final resting posture of today's practice. If you would like to complete class in Shavasana in waterfall, you can take your legs up the wall. Make sure you scoot your butt all the way to the edge of the wall if you'd like to complete class like that. You can find a lying butterfly stretch, Supta Baddha Konasana, or you can come into full corpse pose Shavasana to finish out today's practice. Your choice, whatever feels best for you today. Whatever pose you make your way towards. Take a moment to settle the physical body. And then take a full breath all the way in. Exhale into the support of the earth beneath you, enjoying Shavasana.
Let's take a full breath all the way in. And a full breath all the way out. If you set an intention for today's practice, feel free to bring that intention back to mind here. And as you do so, begin to find small movements in the body, wiggling fingers and toes, rolling wrists and ankles, and rocking the head side to side. When you feel ready, you can extend those arms all the way overhead, getting as long as you can from your fingertips to your toes. Find a big breath in. And as you exhale, draw your knees into your chest, wrap your forearms around your shins. Give yourself a big hug. Taking your time here to make your way over to your favorite side in a fetal position. And then we'll pause here for a moment, as we always do, to call to mind who in our lives we are grateful for. You can use both hands to bring you up to a comfortable seat here. Drawing hands together at heart center once you arrive. Eyes open or closed, your choice. And we'll finish out today's practice with one more full round of breaths. Take an inhale. And an exhale. The light inside of me loves and honors the light inside each of you. Namaste. Mwah. Thank you so much, everybody. Wonderful job. Yay.
Thanks, Courtney. That was great.
Thank you so much. So if you want to